when we go to an asteroid for the first time, we're going to find that exploring its surface is very different from field geology on the Earth or even our Apollo experience of walking around and exploring on the moon 40 years ago. Astronauts will have so little weight on the surface of a NEO that they might be able to do all their exploring by standing on their fingertips, for example. And in fact, they don't want to get their boots on the surface, perhaps, because they'll be kicking up a lot of dust. And in the low gravity environment, the dust would tend to hover all around you and obscure your visibility and perhaps even affect or damage your equipment. So it'll be important to stay away from the dusty surface as much as possible, and yet still you'll want to collect the samples you need. So maybe standing on your fingertips is the right way to do that, or anchoring to some piton that you've driven into the surface. Another facet of asteroid surface behavior that's going to be strange to us is that they have such low gravity and they rotate in just a few hours typically, that there will be spots along the equator of an asteroid where perhaps the material is just barely held on by the weak gravity or even subatomic forces like the van der Waals force. And so any disturbance that you make on the surface is going to kick rocks and boulders free, and they'll just depart and leave the asteroid and never come back, or at least they won't come back for hours. So that will require a different strategy of how you collect samples on that surface.